Okay, right. I know you're over there, but I need to read this, so bear with me. Okay, right. This is like the behind the scenes.
It is, yeah.
Right. Okay. London, the backbone of this great country, has hosted many things. For example, the Olympics, Line of Duty, the British Broadcast Corporation, and Time Fracture, one of which we have been to see. Ben, don't... Fucking hell. I messed up already.
Welcome to the UniJack project, your weekly hijack for modern university. Hear the latest advice and stories, whether you're an education fiend or a hangover madman. Now for your host.
Welcome to the university...
University.
Welcome to the UniJack project, the show where I discuss the truth about the current university experience. I'm your host, Jack Timms, and today I'll be talking about my trip to London. I'm joined with the notorious Ben Stather.
Hello.
Okay. London, the backbone of this great country, has hosted many things. For example, the Olympic Games, Line of Duty, the British Broadcast Corporation, and Time Fracture, one of which we have been to see. Ben, why don't you tell the folks back home what it is all about?
Well, Time Fracture is basically where you go and experience a show. I've not really seen Doctor Who, so you go in and then you basically have an immersive experience where there's a story, there's a story that's told to you. Basically, you feel like you're in a Doctor Who episode, essentially,
Yeah. You're brought into the experience in a way that you wouldn't normally immerse or experience yourself in. I know there's Big Finish, which is like this big sound kind of audible experience where you kind of listen to it through a 3D audio soundtrack, and like you probably hear voices in the right channel and the left channel. But this is just like on a whole nother level of immersiveness, which is kind of interesting because we're kind of intertwined with interactive storytelling, which is a part of our module now. So it's kind of intriguing that we went to see that, and I guess little bits of inspiration have come from that with our module now. I don't know.
Yeah, it comes from what you think, really. I do wish we were able to make our own, immersive experience with interactive storytelling, but my group's just doing the website, and we're doing some audio pieces, so yeah.
Yeah, it's more about an interactive audience experience, so that, for example, our teacher gave us an example of Cloverfield. They did like secret special videos that were like news broadcasts, but they weren't. And some were done in like multiple different languages, but it was all about the same subject. So yeah, there was that whole kind of secret, kind of like revealed that nobody knew about, but it was all to do with the promotion of a film. So that's basically what we're doing, but without making a film. It's a bit annoying, but it should be good at the end. Right, another thing that we saw was which was more enjoyable than I had previously thought, was the Tate Modern, which is this big like illusion type artistry exhibition, which had like entertaining film showcasing real events, and also it had, weirdly enough, some automated flying jellyfish, which were out of this world, not gonna lie. Cue a little snippet here. Actually, no. If you saw my trip to London video, then you would have seen those things, because I did show a bit of the museum exhibition in the vlog, so you'll be able to check it out. I'll put an icon thing here for you to click. Right now, Ben, what about the accommodation?
First I was going to
bit
talk
more.
about because you went to Tate Modern, we kind of went our
Yeah.
we
You went with
separated.
Morgan. You went and did
I went with
something Swan related.
yeah, sort of Swan related. We went to the National History Museum because I know, like, I think, yeah, I went to, like, basically I went to the wrong museum because I know my friend Reese, like, he went to the museum like a few years ago, and I think that, yeah, it was about World War II and all that, and he actually stood right next to a T-32 Soviet tank.
Wow.
So, and it was really big. So I was thinking, oh, I want to see that. But I didn't see that. Instead, I got dinosaurs and bugs.
Yeah, that was on the. Was it? It was because we went Wednesday, so that would have been the Thursday. But it quite coincidentally, because I knew that you were filming B-roll trying to capture some B-roll for this film that you're working on, and I remember sending you a picture because it was, I don't know, it was something on a truck, and it was saying like the Swan's free or something, and you were like, you'd seen some like stuffed swan or something.
Oh yeah, Ben the Liberator of Swans. you mean?
Yeah. Ben the Liberator of Swans.
Yeah, because me and Morgan, we decided to film some B-roll down by Buckingham Palace and also 10 Downing Street.
Oh, wow. 10 Downing Street, I'm sure if the Queen saw you doing something, she would have been like, what are you doing there, my swans?
Yeah, exactly.
You do know I own them all. Touch them, you're dead. I'm sure that's not the case. I think it's just if we harm them, then we'll have a massive fine, because it is said that she owns them, but she does not control them, which is a big concern.
Well, we don't know that.
She has no control over them.
We don't know that.
Well, they're appearing everywhere. She can't know the whereabouts of each swan every given time.
Never know. They might turn Order 66 for all we know.
Swans execute Order 66. Kill the humans. No.
Right,
But yeah, so on the flip side, that was kind of some of the fun things we got up to in the beginning. However, when it came to later on, we did have the accommodation to deal with. That was a little bit of a different experience, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. So one of the first things that happened was the lift broke down.
Lift broke down. When was this?
This was like, I think, you might have been out, but the lift just stopped at one point because obviously, like, so yeah, because I know like our friend Alex, like he wasn't able to come because the trip wasn't like, unfortunately the trip wasn't organized so it can suit him. Yeah. But I said to him, like, if he was here, like if he was in his room when the lift went kabust, he would have been like completely fucked. So it's like, you know.
I mean, to be fair, we couldn't fit much in there anyway. I think I was struggling with some bags at one point because there was just barely enough room for two people, I think, in the lift. So I don't think Alex could have fit in there anyway.
Yeah. Well, he might have been able to, but he would have been the only person in there probably.
Yeah.
But tell them about your thing with your bed, the bed.
Yeah. So with the accommodation for me, it was a bit of a height required below a certain level type bedding, and because I'm 6'7", they had not they had not preempted this kind of figure turning up. So when I did go on the bed to try and test it out, I had to sit in this very awkward like position. Sorry about the socks, but that is kind of how I'd have to get up into the bed, and that would have had to have been all night, which would have been very uncomfortable. So thankfully, the lecturers did help me out by allowing me to move to the spare bed, where there wasn't a wall that I had to stick my feet on, so I could just stick my legs out.
You could have just slept on your arm, curled up in the little ball.
I don't want to do that either. Just be like, help me, Mum, I'm in a little ball. No. Yeah. I just realised that this is got to be the first podcast episode. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, this is the podcast episode. First podcast episode with Ben Stather in person.
Hey,
and also the first one back since I declared them audio only. So this is the first Series 2 video podcast.
And the coincidence is that last time you had a video one, you had me on it.
Yeah, and also another thing which I could say here as well is that now Ben Stather has his own podcast, which he calls the Elephant Tree Prodcast.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we should talk about, since we're still talking about accommodation, we should talk about the food.
Yeah, the food, the breakfast. That's one thing, let me tell you, the breakfast. Or as I put it many times, the ingredients of an elaborative sandwich. Because, like, it's literally there were 2 plates. I mean, the teas and the coffees and stuff was one thing. But the food, the actual, like, stuff that is meant to be breakfast. Though it started off with 2 plates. One was dedicated to cheese. The other was dedicated to ham. There was some baguettes and some sliced bread, and then various like one thing of cereal, one thing of porridge, and some fruit and salad stuff. So I was just like, a very adequate sandwich. Because I'm sure if you combined all those things together, you create a sandwich, which I ended up doing because I just thought, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was the fact that the bread was really hard and really like. It was supposed to be toast, but they only put it in toaster for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a give of chance. Like, you either have toast or you have like lukewarm bread, or you have a soft baguette or an old baguette.
I know they also had problems with the orange juice because I know.
Lottie said she tried the orange juice, but it like was very diluted or something. Like there was a lot more water to orange than she would have liked.
And then there was 2 of them. There was 2 like levers to pull for orange juice. One of them was the very diluted, disgusting one. The other one was the good one, the regular good one. So
I guess it's look at chance. Which one are you gonna get? The good one or the bad one? Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the accommodation food, it was adequate. I mean, though we did have. Well, I know Alex had. I don't think you did, but I did try the pizzas. There was one of the pizzas that you could get at the bar because they have a generally good looking like socializing area. They've got this like punch bag machine, which measures your power. They got air hockey.
They got some like
table football and a game of pool as well. So, but it was was it £2? £2.
Yeah, £2 for a game of pool. There was also like some like arcade sort of thing. There was like
like a Pac-Man arcade machine. So that would have been fun. I didn't get to really try everything out. But it was fun, and then next to that there was a bar, like a nice like a student union almost esque bar, which I guess kind of made everyone feel a little bit at home because there was like a bit of seating and a bar, which I mean you can't go wrong with a bar. No, so yeah, that was nice, and the food that they made there was far more superior than the breakfast that they had laid out in the morning. So yeah,
I mean, I did have some of the pizzas because I remember like because on that day I already had Pizza Hut because that was when Morgan paid for my food, so that was good because we were just like because at that point because I was in London I was like I need to be careful about money, but yeah Morgan I didn't ask him but Morgan just suggested to buy my food for me. I was like, really? Sure. I was like, yeah.
Taking one for the team with London's expensive prices.
Hey.
And generally London had some very, very good places to eat as well. I mean, of course, because we're students, we mainly relied on the very cheap McDonald's. But no, there was a place that we went to after Tate Modern.
We went to O'Neill's.
Yeah, O'Neill's.
Yeah,
That was later on. That was generally when people wanted to watch the football game or something locally, because we didn't have TVs, funnily enough, in our accommodation. But I mean, if they did, they were only really advertising other
They were,
other branches. So that was about it. But after the Tate Modern thing, there was a very good food market called the Borough, which had an amazing like multiplex of different food chains and drink chains, and it was quite amazed because you go in, you think, oh, there's just this nice little area where there's a bit of seating, quite conveniently made on some steps, and then a couple of like almost food truck type stuff. So one did like curry, one did noodles, one did dumplings, you name it. And then you go past that point, and it just branches off even further. Like at one point, it goes to a certain point where it's like a chef's paradise, and you can get all the kind of raw ingredients you could possibly want. And it was a massive fish, and I kid you not, this was like the fish from like a shark's belly or something. Like it was just this massive fish. I don't know what it is, but it had like teeth that could have like engulfed a baby whole or something. Like it was a massive fish, and it looked very dangerous, but I think a shark could have taken it down, no problem. So yeah, it was just that was quite memorable. Some cider places, which I was almost tempted to get some cider there, but it would have been very expensive, so I veered away from it. Because
I know, like at O'Neill's, there was. I forgot the name of the drink, but it was something Bells. That was like £6. Connor had a pint.
I think it was Hex Bells. Hex Bells, yeah. It was the beer chain that we ended up drinking there.
Yeah. They were like £6 each, though. So, we did go to Forbidden Planet, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Forbidden Planet. That was that was both Wednesday early on. I think it was Wednesday after lunch, and then also Thursday and Friday, I think, because we kind of veered off. I think Friday was mainly the second time we went. But yeah. So we went Forbidden Planet, and record hunting on the first day, because we were exploring, and obviously with Connor, he's quite the record man. So it's just like, we should explore this. So it was like a place called the Forbes, I think, was one of them.
There was,
and then another one which was like very neat.
Reckless Records.
Yeah, there was another one which was very neat, and it had like a upstairs area and a downstairs area, which was great. It was great, and of course HMV.
Yeah, there's quite a few of those places. I know. Oh yeah, speaking of Forbidden Planet, when we were in Time Fracture, there was a point where, because me and you were with us, our group went into like the Time Fracture. We went to like William Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
We saw Connor and Callum, and then the guy, one of the actors is like, Forbidden Planets.
Yeah, what is this, the Forbidden Planets? It's like, oh, it's the bag of Forbidden Planets. I was told about this. No, it was quite weird for me as an individual. Not gonna lie, but mainly given because my sister's boyfriend actually is one of the characters there. So you will either find him. I'm not going to disclose his name, but you will either find him acting as a pig or an architect. That's all I can say. If you want to find out what goes on with Time Fracture, then be my guest. Get yourself a ticket and watch it. It is honestly a true Doctor Who experience that you will not forget. I mean, especially in the second act. In the second act, there's a very special moment.
There was a great moment, like when we were with, Professor Parry. That's the archaeologist.
Yeah.
And we had to get like a bunch of keys and go into a room. We opened a room, and he suggested, pull a lever. So I pulled the lever that said 0, and then he said, like,
bad news happened after that. That's all we can say. It was his decision that ruined the show.
Well, not really, because he told me to pull it back up. Then he pulled another one down.
Okay.
And then the Cyberman.
Yeah. So think of all the aliens that are in Doctor Who, right? Like there's gonna be the obvious Cybermen, Daleks, even Weeping Angels. but I'm not gonna mention or tell you when they start to appear.
No,
you have to experience that yourself.
Yeah, you do.
So so
That was just a fun
that
experience.
was great, and it ended the first night wonderfully. And even though I wasn't supposed to go that day, I had no choice because I had done the stupid thing of leaving my phone to charge because I did not know that later on in the evening there was a place for me to charge my phone. So, and my phone was on low battery. So I left my phone charged and I didn't have it with me when I was with this guy along with Connor and the others. So that was fun. And it meant that I had to stick with the group, which was great because I got to watch Time Fracture. But funnily enough, after the trip, I stayed with my sister as well because it was convenient and she wanted me to hang out with her for a bit anyway. So we thought, well, how about since I'm coming to London, then I can stay with you then just after the trip. And so she was like, okay, that's fine. Let's see the Time Fractures. Like, I find out after we saw it, and my phone's fully charged, that I come back to all these messages that were from my sister being just like, what's going on? You're not responding. And yeah, apparently the guy that we were with, who is my sister's boyfriend, figured out who I was straight away. And yeah, so it was unfathomable because he was just like surprised, but he stayed in character very well.
He did. He wasn't like, "Oh, Jack, I remember you."
Yeah, but there are points where I think it was with everyone we were with, and he gets quite up to you and he's just like, "So Jack, what are we gonna do next?" Or like it's like, Morgan, your dance moves are appalling. You've done this, and you're gonna get your head chopped off.
Oh yeah, because Morgan was like trying to rule Queen Elizabeth I.
Yeah. So there's like some improvised moments which are nice, intricately placed throughout all the proper action that's going on.
That's just good acting.
Yeah, good acting, good improv.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, with all the other stuff, there was of course London itself, which we explored. Leicester Square,
Eminem,
and of course Eminem's world,
which smells of diabetes.
Yeah, as Ben quoted, smells of diabetes.
Well, that's what Connor said.
It's just very strong chocolatey smell because literally the second floor is just to the wall, covered in M&Ms pretty much. Just tubes and tubes of colour-coordinated M&Ms.
I think one of my favourite moments was when we went in and Morgan decided to get because his brother wanted an M&M, the biggest M&M he could find. So Morgan literally went to the M&M dispenser and got out one single M&M for his brother.
The big M&M, yeah. Just get me an M&M, would you? And then he did one single M&M.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite interesting because they had new flavours out as well that you could only get there.
There's brownie
yeah, so I got the brownie flavour, which is going to take a little role in one of the films that I'm working on.
Yes.
So yeah, because some of the things that I've got from London, such as like the Forbidden Planet and Lego store, some of the items that I purchased whilst I was there are going to play a fairly big role in the next production that will be on Tim's Media. So yeah. But alongside that, and the planning of that, there was a big M&M debacle that went round with one of our friends, who, if you don't know, Oshan is a big TikTok star.
He is.
So I could say that. You know who he is, then you know who I'm talking about.
And if you don't, go follow oshan.gt.
Yeah, oshan.gt. But this all started out, funnily enough, on TikTok, whereby one of the users posted a video whereby they were exploring Eminem's world, and they managed to bump into somewhere which was like secret in the Eminem's world. And it made it look like they discovered a bar. And so our friend Oshan was adamant in finding this bar because I think it was actually the same night, because it must have been Thursday. Yeah, it was the same night that we were gonna go clubbing.
Yeah.
So we were just like, oh, let's find this M&M's bar and have prees.
Oh yeah.
But we ended up. Where did we end up? At Simley's? Was it Simley's? Or Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah, we ended up at Simmons, which is a fantastic, like, club-esque prees place, which, like, I don't know, it's like this converted video store as well. It's all fun.
They had good deals with the cocktails. There's like
Two for one.
£2
Two for one.
£2 for £10.
£2 for £10. There was some quite unusual drink names. So I mean, the gummy bear one was probably the less of the two.
Good.
But the drink that I had to say, and YouTube do not demonetize me. This is the actual name of the drink that they had, and I had to say it. Can I have sex with a guy? like literally, I had to say that to get the drink. There was no two ways about it. It was either say the name or bar staff member utterly confused. So I had to say it, and yeah, it just blew my mind.
Remember there was a point where I think it was when me and Morgan and all them came in, and then I started doing a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh yeah. Ben found a jigsaw puzzle behind me whilst I was sat down, and we were literally, apparently Connor and Oshan and them lot had made the decision that we were gonna leave soon, so it just happened to be badly timed that Ben started fiddling about with a jigsaw. So it was just like, and Oshan like very like kind-heartedly went, "Oh Ben, bring it with you. You can finish it when you get back to the accommodation," not knowing that this was theirs and not his. So he had to leave it, and we'd never know to this day if the jigsaw was completed or not.
I just find it funny that Oshan legit thought I just go to London and buy a jigsaw puzzle.
Jigsaw. It's like, well, you are elderly and wise in many years, so yeah. My nana loves jigsaws, to be fair. But that was leading up. Then we went clubbing. Clubbing was very
But can
fun.
we talk? We'll save club until last.
Yeah, we'll save clubbing.
Save
Well, we've
last.
got Hamleys and all that to
Yeah,
talk
we'll talk
about.
about Hamleys. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Hamleys
we've
first.
got Hamleys, but technically it was the day after.
Yeah, but so was. Yeah, but
Clubbing was
still.
Thursday, and
Yeah,
then
it
Hamleys
was.
was the next day.
But save the best till last though.
Okay, fine, save the best of lot. Hamleys, the biggest toy store known in London and New York, I think. It was just a mishmash of fun and childish memories, I would say, because there was a lot of toy brands, Lego being the biggest one, which
Harry Potter.
it kind of fed into the Harry Potter world. It fed into Jurassic Park. It fed into all kinds of stuff. So I mean, I guess you remember more about it.
Because the bottom floor was. The bottom floor was like 3/4 like Harry Potter world. There was a little bit of like Lego Mario, I remember down there.
Yeah, like what was it? It became very popular in Christmas. There was this new kind of interactive Mario set game which you could get, and it's got the kind of computer animation. So there's a screen on like Mario. You could see him blink and smile and stuff, and give a thumbs up. But it's very expensive. Like Lego, they're making a killing off of humanity right now.
I remember, I think it was the top floor or somewhere near the top floor. They had like a Build-A-Bear workshop sort of thing.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Hamleys is based, like, their fundamental like founder is the Hamleys bear, which is like if you watch any kind of documentary about Hamleys, like based in London, and how it's been burnt down so many times, and then it's been rebuilt. The Hamleys bear is always the toy that gets like knocked out every year, and always comes back like with a bang. So like this year, I'm pretty sure it was a white bear. Can't remember the name. But it was all dressed up in like Christmassy attire and stuff.
I mean, it's Christmas. Of course, it's going to be a white bear.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be... yeah, but it's not like a polar bear. It's just a white bear.
Yeah. But obviously snow and all that. We didn't get snow this year.
That was probably its name. It was probably called Snowy.
Snowy.
Snowy the bear. So, yeah, that was the first layer. But I was fuming at the time because as a Transformers fan, I don't know if you know or seen any room tour videos I've done, but like I am a big Transformers fan. I've got a Transformers poster, got about 5 Transformers DVDs, and I've got thanks to the recent purchase. Oh, my back ball's gone. I got a couple of Transformer action figures back in the rain.
Yeah.
So I got Megatron and Scourge.
Megatron.
No, it's Megatron and Scourge. Yeah. I was very, very fuming that they did not have a bigger Transformers collection, because apparently Power Rangers was a bigger thing.
Damn.
So sue you, Power Rangers, but I love you too.
Right, let's talk about clubbing.
Yes.
So we start off with the prees because we had a Simmons.
Yes, we had our prees at Simmons. It was
Yeah.
I would say it's like a mixture of it's like a club setting. It had like neon lights and all that.
Yeah.
It had very anxious music.
It was tiny though. It was very tiny.
Very well. No, it wasn't
It
tiny.
was tiny.
It was narrow. I would say it's more narrow because it went off that way.
Yeah, but it went downstairs, and downstairs was still tiny.
Yeah, I guess. But it looked like later on it was getting a big queue, because I had like seen a queue outside and there were lots of people wanting to go into it. So it must get really busy.
Yeah. Good thing we got in early because I know when we got our drinks, we were like, where do we go?
No, you're on. Oh, right.
Yeah, the little one.
There was two Simmons. There was one in Leicester
small.
Square. There was one in Leicester Square, and there was one on our way to the club, which we found.
That's the one we went to.
Which was a really tiny Simmons.
Our lecturer Paul was already there.
Yeah, he was there.
So it's like whenever we go out drinking, almost it's like Paul is just going to be there.
Yeah, it was weird because what was he said? Like Oshan had got on a straw or something.
Yeah, so he called a nonce.
Yeah, he called him a nonce.
That was funny. That was funny.
That was funny. I mean, it's true that alcohol brings out the worst in all of us. So yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, our lecturers, especially Paul, he's honestly a legend. Like the first time, and this isn't necessarily in London, the first time that me and Ben were introduced to clubbing, we actually see him on our way to the club, and he's just like, "Cause trouble, lads," and so it was fantastic, like to have that with him like fully sober. Well, I don't know if he was fully sober. He could have been like half smashed as well, but. Like I was like absolutely pissed at him just to go, "Cause trouble, lads." Oh, it was great. I laughed. We all laughed. Alex laughed. I think Luke almost pissed his pants. It was great.
And yeah. 'Cause as I was saying, that sounded very cocky. Sorry about that. After we got our drinks, we were like, oh, we don't know where to go, so we went downstairs to see what was there. There was like another bar downstairs, but like all of the seats were pretty much taken, so we're just standing there. Like lemons.
Me and Ben were standing for a bit. Some people did move.
Yeah.
So we were able to acquire a seat later on.
Yeah, we did. It was a nice table though.
Yeah, it was a nice table, nice little snug table where we all kind of like bonded, I guess.
Yeah. We had like quite a few photos and all that.
We had a few photos taken, because Lottie eventually came. Lottie and Jack eventually came, so they brought their swanky cameras, and they're like Polaroid stuff. So we were able to get some nice group shots.
I know Zoe had a very interesting camera because she took a photo and actually like prints out.
Yeah, that was the Polaroid. She had the Polaroid.
That was hers.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very fun. Very fun experience.
And now we talk about the London clubs.
London club.
We went
yeah.
to one of them. What was it called again?
I don't remember.
jeez.
I think I don't.
I don't
Oh wait,
remember.
Wicked. Oh, I think that's where it was.
Was it-
It was called Wicked.
Yeah,
Wicked. No, Wicked.
Wicked. Oh,
Wicked was the place we went to. I could be wrong, but that's what I keep getting notifications through my email saying, "Oh, come to this student night out." So I'm assuming it's Wicked, but yeah, we ended up going. I think by that time, because it wasn't Oshan, Callum, and Hannah. It was you, me, Neve, Kira. No, Kira didn't go.
Kira was there.
Was
Kira
she there?
went.
Oh yeah, she was there. Zoe, Alex, Tom, Jack,
and Lottie.
and Lottie. So yeah, it was quite.
It was good.
It was good. It was good. The queue was a bit chaotic.
It was not as bad as Live Lounge on the first night.
Yeah, not as bad as Live Lounge on the first night back.
It wasn't a 3-hour wait.
Yeah, which sucked. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
that sucked. Having to not be clubbing and yeah, it knocked my confidence. It was very awful, very awkward, very awful. So yeah.
But when we got into the London club, it was like a different experience on Live Lounge and even Prism.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like ramped up mosh pit style.
Yeah.
Because like it would get very cramped. Like they would have so many people
Yeah.
in there, more than Live Lounge would ever put in.
Because it's much bigger.
Yeah, it was much
Obviously,
bigger,
yeah.
and there was like I think I described it as which Lottie then referenced to later on or referred to later on throughout the night. I said, "Oh, it's like Prism but flat," because instead of going up and down, you went like side to side.
Yeah.
Because all the rooms were on one level. I guess you went on some stairs, but they were very short.
And most of the stairs were just to get out.
Yeah.
We had to go through security. It almost felt like airport security, where you have to like show your
Yeah, thorough security.
Yeah,
You had to
yeah.
have student ID. You had to have your ID. Then like
Obviously, COVID
you couldn't
pass.
bring
oh no cameras.
cameras.
You're gonna say carrots.
Yeah, I was gonna say carrots. Cameras. So Jack and Lottie ended up having theirs taken off of them,
Yeah.
but safely secured. But there was this big debacle at the end, so they
Yeah, so
they struggled getting them
they
back.
managed to get them back. Though.
They managed to get them back.
But in the club, I would say, I'd say we kind of enjoyed it, but there were some parts where I was like, I don't know about this. There were two big parts. There was the lights that kept on flashing a lot, where we can't. Where
Yeah, it was.
we look around and it's like people like are dancing and they're like going like half the speed.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
was
so
it
weird.
was like strobe flashlights. So what would happen instead of it just be like bum 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 bum? It would like be bum 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 like, and people move quite quickly when they're dancing. So they'd be at one frame over here, and then the next flash they'd be just down there.
Yeah, it
and
looks
so
so
so I
weird.
was just like I couldn't move in those moments properly. Like if I was trying to get to the group where you guys were, I had to wait until it got to normalish light so I
Because-
could predict
Yeah.
the movement of other people.
Because when it was like that, I was just literally so confused.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it felt like we were in slow-mo stop motion at that point, I
was
would
like,
say.
I'm the only person moving normal. What the fuck's everyone else doing?
Yeah, it's like because your eyes like
Yeah, it's like-
think, because you know how you're moving,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you-
Everyone else
other
is
else is
moving
being registered as
weirdly.
like 5 frames a second.
Exactly.
It was very strange.
And the other thing I didn't like was the fucking mosh pits.
Yeah, so it got to a point where I think it was some of the music. It got to a point where people had made a circle,
Yeah.
and they were just basically some of the guys were just like bashing into everyone, and it was part of a dance or something. So they just like hit people around
No,
and like try and make a circle.
So basically what they do is like they have a person, some people dancing in the middle, and eventually they all just clash against each other.
Yeah, they all.
and
all
I'm just
clash.
like, what?
As the beat drops, everyone just starts jumping up and down, and then you got to try and hold your own.
Basically, you have to try and like shove people away.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
look.
like, get out of my way.
At one point, I just went like, club you.
You did not knock anyone out.
I don't know. I probably did accidentally, but
No, you didn't. We would have seen it.
yeah, we would have, and I probably would have ended up in prison. But no, it was good.
Jack Tim's doing the UniJack project from prisons.
Yeah.
Not prison.
This is the cell. I've just updated it and upgraded it. Yeah. No.
We're in the Canadian cells, but they're very high quality.
Yes, the Holland Industrial. Yes.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, drinks would have been expensive. I think I only got one drink then because I spent the rest on Pre's drinks.
Yeah.
Because it was quite expensive in Simmons, like really.
I mean, another good thing about the clubs in London was that when it came to drinks, like because of obviously a big problem is spiking and all that.
Yeah,
they give women
on.
like have.
Covers.
It's like coffee cups, I'd say.
It was like cap covers.
Yeah,
they
cap
put
covers.
like film on it and the straw kind of poked through and.
It was kind of like the cups that we get in university if we buy
coffee cups.
takeaway. They were just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also for bottles, you could get like those special bottle caps where only the straw could go through. But I think that was pretty much it. Clubbing was just like it got. I mean, there was a point where me and Ben were on a raised bit. It was like a very big step. It was like, pretty much another stage.
Even bigger than Live Lounge.
It was another stage. So like you kind of like step up and we can see everyone dancing and the DJ doing his thing.
I would say
crazy.
The problem with London clubs is that if you go and get drinks, you're most likely going to lose your group.
Yeah, you will. I did certainly. I just wanted a breather because it got very hot in there, I didn't have anywhere to put my coats either. So I was just carrying this thick coat, and I had to wear it half the time as well. Because like I didn't trust anyone with like pickpocketing, I was just like I don't want my phone there, I don't want my wallet there, so I'm gonna have it in my coat pockets and I'm gonna keep my eye on it. So yeah.
Yeah, and we stayed until about 2:30 roughly, and then we were like.
Well, then we got
went
lost.
outside. We went outside.
And in the smoking area. We didn't smoke.
No.
We just kind of like tried to get some fresh air. As ironic as that sounds. We tried to get some fresh air. We were with Tom, Jack, and Lottie, really.
Because all the others already.
Yeah, we'd lost them.
We lost the others.
We lost the others, so we had to wait to try and find them. So we waited a couple of minutes, I guess, outside.
Yeah, and then I got tired. I was like,
you got tired. I got tired.
But then I got tired.
And then we got to a point where we all agreed, can we just go back to the accommodation? I'm done. He's done. You're done. Let's just go.
And also because I wanted my free breakfast the next morning.
Yeah, free breakfast. Free breakfast sandwich.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you miss like the hour slot, you then have to pay for your breakfast.
But I mean, yeah, it was great actually on the way home because we figured out that we could get like this night bus thing.
Like in Harry Potter?
Yeah, not like in Harry Potter. We weren't able to get on there and just sleep. No, we went on it and it was quite fantastic for me because like I was having trouble with my card, so I was able to get the fare free. Basically, I got that free. Everyone else in the group had to pay, and I got my trip home back for free. I mean, we weren't there straight away. We still had to walk a little bit. We had
another guy with us that was from the club.
He was from around. We met someone.
He was around.
Whether his name was Josh or Jake or something.
I don't remember.
I thought it began with J. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Zach. I don't know.
Zach Bacon!
Not Zach. But he apparently lived down the road from the accommodation we were staying at, so he walked with us all the way.
Yeah, the good old generator.
Yeah, the good old generator. Generator, don't go there. Go to the Miami generator. That one looks like fun. It looks like Ibiza on steroids.
Oh, funny. But the generator was alright overall, I'd say.
I think really they kind of... Like, welcomes are bigger than what they offer. Like, you go in and the reception looks ordinary. There's good access to the toilets, and then the socialising area looks quite decent. But the beddings and all that.
Another thing about the rooms. So the problem with the rooms is that, in my room, I was on the bottom bunker, but I know my friend David was on the top bunker. He was literally wearing his big coat. He would wear his snood up in order to sleep. And I think he might have said he only got like a few hours of sleep because of how cold it is. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, thank goodness I'm not on the top. But the problem with the bottom, every single movement I made, there'd be like a creak.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be creaking anyway because of the bed. The beds were spring beds on metal frames. It's gonna squeak. It's gonna creak. It's gonna make all the metal quanks. I mean, you had to sleep opposite. Was it Connor? Like you slept. Yeah. So what was it like having to wake up to him or him wake up to you?
Because normally when I would wake up in the morning, Connor would either be already awake or close to waking up. Because I have a feeling it's like, oh, I hope Connor's like, I have a feeling Connor's not a good morning person. I mean, I don't know. He seemed to be fine, but I know like. I remember one night Connor's charger that literally lights up.
Keep going.
Yeah, so Connor's like his charger, the cable would literally light up during the night. So so at the very least, if someone walked in and it's pitch black and everyone's asleep, they got a little bit of light at least, I'd say so. So I had another thing in my mind. It might have been about the accommodation, or should we talk about the bus journey?
I mean, the bus journey would be the end, I guess.
I mean, the bus journey to and back, really, I guess.
Yeah. So the bus journey, because I didn't go on the second bus journey because I stayed in London with my sister, but you went on it twice. The first time was mainly overwhelmed by your singing.
I was singing quite a bit. I wasn't singing as much as I thought I would because Mr. Brightside wasn't on.
You didn't sing as loud because you thought you'd wake up Lottie, but we found out later on that she had her earphones plugged in, so she didn't hear an oink. She didn't hear an oink, and she was able to just listen to her music and drift off.
But I knew for a fact I could not sing on the way back because everyone was sleeping. Everyone was
really?
Literally, on the way back, almost everyone was sleeping. I even slept for about 2 hours or something.
Fair enough.
We did go to like a service station for this time 15 minutes.
All right.
So
was this a quick toilet break or something?
So I literally went in and got a Burger King.
Oh right. Okay, so people did get food. Yeah. Because we did stop by a station on the way to London, so we did have like Burger King.
I had Subway.
You had Subway both times. Well, for the first time, and then Burger King the second time. You did. You got Subway the first time, and then Burger King the second time.
I thought you were trying to say you had both Subway and Burger King.
No.
Yeah, fat bastard.
You fat bastard.
Yeah, fat bastard.
No.
Yeah, I'm joking.
But no, it was good. I mean, I was able to test out because like for the trip, I didn't have any earphones myself. But for the trip, I was like, oh, I need to get myself some earphones. So I got some wireless earphones from Miniso, quite funnily enough. So it was quite cheap and it was good. The music quality was fairly decent, and I did get a couple of winks in as well on the way in. Not those winks, but not winks as in to like flirt with someone. No, it was. I basically just slept for a little bit, but I did enjoy the company of Izzy. So she was quite confident in her topics to discuss on the bus. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. So. Oh, I know on the way back, I was literally like looking up stuff on like cinema jokes.
Oh, right.
So then I was like saying them to Morgan. So they were quite funny. Like they were pretty bad, some of them, but they were quite funny in a way. Cringeworthy jokes.
Can you give us one?
Can you give us one? It's something... Oh yeah, so it was one that was about going like up in cinema or something like that. It had to relate to the Pixar film. I forgot what it was. I forgot what the joke was actually.
Okay, well I guess it would be to do with Up, the Pixar film, going up. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean we've covered pretty much everything.
I'd say so.
So yeah, I'm gonna say now sadly we're at the end of the show. I don't really have a story to share, so because normally this would be the point where we'd share one of your guys' stories.
It has been so long since the last episode.
But yeah, it has been so long, and also I don't really know. It would have to be London based. So yeah, I guess all we can really say is thank you for listening, thank you for watching. And me and Ben hope to see you on the next podcast or video or whatever it may be. So goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And remember, study hard, get drunk and relax. Goodbye.
Bye.